Zimbabwe's biggest agricultural and business showcase is back. From 24 to 29 August, experience ZAS 2026, powering growth where agriculture, technology and commerce converge as Zimbabwe celebrates innovation, investment and enterprise. Make sure your brand is seen, heard and remembered. Advertise with ZBC and enjoy unbeatable exposure across television, radio, digital and social media. Reach every province, reach every market, reach Zimbabwe. Book your ZAS campaign today. Contact Mildred 0712 831 177 or Thelma 0776 413 261. Email marketing@zbc.co.zw. ZBC, Zimbabwe's #1 broadcast partner.
For 22 years, the old Arsenal artillery has lain silent and dormant, but the fuse is about to go boom!
Discovery often begins with curiosity. But curiosity alone is never enough. Every discovery starts with a bold step. For beyond that bold step lies a world of hidden treasures. Welcome to our world, Zimbabwe's best kept secret. Nestled within the deep, mystical landscapes of Vumba, here, every step is guided by purpose, nurtured with joy, and made with love. Connected by the eastern border of Mozambique, our roots run deep, and every footprint we leave is intentional. We work in harmony with the environment by harnessing the power of the sun. We've gone off-grid, protecting the land that continues to nourish us. That rich orange marmalade, that creamy peanut butter, no longer has to be a dream. At Farmold, making dreams come true is what we're all about.
For 22 years, the old Arsenal artillery has lain silent and dormant, but the fuse is about to go boom!
Missed the breaking news on ZBC? Missed your favorite show again because you were stuck at work? Not anymore. Introducing Z Plus, the new ZBC OTT platform. Listen to Radio Zimbabwe, Classic 263, Power FM, National FM, or any of your favorite ZBC radio stations live and stay connected to the latest music, sport, talk shows on radio wherever you are. You can also stream ZBC television live and catch up on news, dramas, sport, gospel, or your classic shows whenever it suits you. Listen and watch on your phone, tablet, or smart TV, anytime, anywhere. Download the Z Plus app now from the Google Play Store or Apple App Store, or visit zplus.co.zw. Z Plus, home in your pocket.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. We jump straight into the arts where showbiz lovers in Gokwe are set for a treat this Saturday as Ebenezer hitmaker Dr. Togi Chivaviro launches his 22nd album at Gokwe Center.
This Saturday, Leisure Lounge Gokwe Center in the Midlands Province will turn into a heartbeat of music as celebrated UK-based gospel musician Dr. Togi Chivaviro launches his 22nd album. Aptly titled Nyashadze Gokwe, there is no better place to launch the album than Gokwe. The launch is set to light up Gokwe Center with a star-studded lineup featuring other gospel musicians such as Rumbezviri Kuje, Blessing Shumba and Trimo Bande, alongside some of Gokwe's own celebrated artists. Chivaviro, who was born and bred in Gokwe, says the day is about more than just music, highlighting that It's also a homecoming celebration.
Mugokwe ndo mandakazvarirwa, mugokwe ndo mandakakurira, mugokwe ndo yakandirera. Saka chinhu chakandikoshera nokuti ndekekutanga kuti ndiende ikoko kunoparura album richanzwikwa pasi rese nekuda kwezvipo zvatakapiwa naMwari tiri munzvimbo iyi. Album iri rine dzimbo 7 dzinosanganisira idzo ana nyasha dzegokwe, ana munhu anochinja, ndoenda mukandituma handirambe. Zhinji dzemasongs ari apa ndo masongs ataiimba tiri mayuthi, tiri kumachechi, tiri kugokwe kare kuma-80s, dzinoita kunge dzanga dzakanganwikwa dzatakangodzosa kuti vanhu vayeuke zvakare uye kuti dzichengeteke.
Known for his captivating stage presence and deep, powerful voice, Chivaviro has built a loyal following over the years. His new album marks another milestone in a career that has seen him release 21 previous projects. Nyasha Zegogwe carries songs like Ndoenda Kudenga and Munano Chinja, among others. Colette Msanyera, ZBC News, Harare.
Larry is coming up next with sport.
For 22 years, the old Arsenal artillery has lain silent and dormant, but the fuse is about to go boom!
Long before the dawn of independence, long before the birth of the modern nation, the spirit of resistance echoed across this land. When King Lobengula's warriors defended their homeland, when Buyaneanda, Sekuru Kaguvi, Chief Mashaya Mumbe, Queen Lozige Dlodlo, and countless others stood against colonial occupation. Generations later, young men and women left their homes and families. Some joined Zipra, others joined Zanla. They all carried the same dream. A sovereign Zimbabwe, a nation where every citizen could determine their own destiny. Many paid the ultimate price. Their sacrifice gave birth to the Zimbabwe we proudly call home. Today, under the Second Republic, the nation continues to pursue the aspirations for which our heroes fought. Modern highways, connecting communities, expanding agriculture, ensuring food security, growing industry, creating opportunities. Through Vision 2030 and the National Development Strategy 2, Zimbabwe advances towards becoming an empowered upper middle income society. These achievements are more than development. They are the fulfillment of a promise that freedom would lead to progress. This Heroes Day 2026, His Excellency President Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa will preside over the National Heroes Day commemorations and deliver the state address under the theme, Lest We Forget, as we reflect on the sacrifices of our liberation heroes and the journey towards a prosperous and empowered Zimbabwe. As the sun sets, the nation gathers once more in celebration. The Heroes Music Gala brings Zimbabwe together through music, culture, and remembrance. Come, let us honor our heroes together.
Good evening and thank you so much for joining us on our Sports News this evening as we get to give you what has been happening through the day. My name is Lawrence Atrosida. So after Cabinet announced a reduction of statutory levies regarding sport, I spent the day moving around the sports industry that has welcomed the government's decision to slash sports-related statutory fees in a landmark move that will see clubs retain the bulk of their matchday revenue after years of surrendering close to 60% of their earnings to statutory deductions. For years, clubs saw nearly 60% of their matchday revenue disappear through statutory deductions, leaving little room to invest in players, infrastructure and development. However, under the new framework, only 20% of the matchday revenue will go towards statutory obligations, leaving clubs with around 80% to invest in player welfare. operations, infrastructure, and long-term development. Stakeholders believe the reforms could be the turning point Zimbabwean sport has long been waiting for.
I'm very happy with the reduction of these deductions, and they'll go a long way, especially also to smaller clubs. With these changes now, the deductions will be 20% in total. So it means that clubs will be left with about 80%.
In any business, if you get running costs, operating costs being reduced, it means you have increased your threshold when it comes to operating profit. So when you have profits now, clubs can make decisions based on actual needs, not just fulfilling statutory requirements.
These are the reforms we are pushing. We are pushing every day in Parliament to make sure that they happen, and they are now happening. So we are very happy, we are very grateful. Thanks to the Cabinet, thanks to the President.
The reforms were announced by the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Dr. James Soda, during Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing.
Reduction of the Sports and Recreation Commission 6% get takings levy by 50%. Reduction of the Zimbabwe Football Association ZIFA 6% of gross income of match day revenue by 50%. Reduction of the Premier Soccer League levy pegged at 10% of net income of match day revenues to 4%. And the reduction of local authorities 15% venue hire levy to 10% of total gross attendance. Reduction of local authorities outdoor advertising capped at $2.50 per square meter, that is in United States dollars. Abolishing cemetery entry fees. Meanwhile, the reviews will be effective upon the finalization of the requisite statutory adjustments.
The measures form part of government's broader drive to improve the ease of doing business, strengthen the commercial viability of sport, and ensure that more of every dollar generated on a match day is reinvested into clubs, athletes, and the future of Zimbabwean sport. Lawrence Truseda, ZBC News, Harare. So that's the life of a sports journalist there. Moving on and staying with football, New Boys Agama are through to the first round of the Chibuku Super Cup after a dramatic 5-4 penalty shootout victory over Manika Diamonds at Ngoni Stadium in Norton this Wednesday. Agama through to the first round alongside Tier 1, who also edged Triangle 5-3 on penalties at Mandava Stadium in Zvishavane.
Manika Diamonds lost a match they controlled from the first whistle, carving open their Agama defense on several occasions but failing to find the decisive touch. The Gem Boys squandered more than half a dozen clear-cut chances as Agama stood firm to force the contest into penalties after a goalless 90 minutes. With the shootout proving decisive, Agama held their nerve from the sport to complete a 5-4 victory and secure their place in the first round.
We need to go back to the drawing board, especially our strikers. We are getting a lot of chances, but we are failing to convert. We keep on pushing them.
Agama's defensive discipline saw them through.
We knew that during line of play, if we are not going to concede, we might carry a goal. Unfortunately, so we didn't create many chances, but we did well defensively, of which I would say I was really happy simply because of late we had been conceding goals.
The first round fixtures will see Tel 1 face defending champions Dynamos at Rufaro Stadium, while Agama take on Moors at Ngoni Stadium.
Staying with football, but go a tier down as former Warriors captain William Gay has joined the Northern Region Division 1 side Chegutu Pirates as assistant coach to Wellington Moneymaker Shangiwa. The appointment reunites the pair who worked together at Scotland during the club's Division 1 days. Mugai brings a wealth of experience to the Chegutu Pirates technical bench, having enjoyed a distinguished playing career for both a club and a country. He captained the Warriors to their historic first ever Kosaba Cup triumph in 2000 under the late Mishek Marimo. Chegutu Pirates, who be hoping Mugai's leadership, experience and football knowledge will revive their fortunes as they are currently 16th in the Northern Region Soccer League, just 2 points above the drop zone with the business end coming up. So that puts a wrap on our sports news this evening. It's now time for the weather update.
It was relatively cold in the morning throughout the country, yes. But if we compare with other days over the past few weeks, it is a little bit warmer as we are moving away from the winter season. The skies also were mostly sunny, and as the day progressed, we saw temperatures rising throughout the country, giving us a pleasant weather throughout the country. Now, for what we're expecting this evening into tomorrow morning, we're expecting temperatures to range between 8 and 13 degrees Celsius, and the lowest are expected over the central watershed as well as in the Eastern Highlands. But in Victoria Falls as well as Kariba and Chirezi, temperatures are expected to be a little bit higher even in the afternoon, and they can go to their 30s. Now, let's get into the detailed focus of our major cities and major holiday resort areas. Starting with Bulawayo, we were expecting mostly sunny conditions throughout the forecast week, and temperatures in Bulawayo are expected to range in the morning between 9 and 14 degrees Celsius, and the coldest being expected tomorrow. The temperatures in the afternoon are expected to gradually rise as the week progresses, and the warmest day is expected to be on Monday next week. Matobo is expected to follow suit, and it should be windy from Tuesday up to Wednesday. Gwanda, again, mostly sunny conditions are expected, being windy on Tuesday and Wednesday, and mild temperatures are expected in the morning. The same is also expected in Masvingo, but can become cloudy on Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Gweru, the same situation is expected, and temperatures in the morning will range between 8 and 13, with the coldest being over the coming few days. Mutare, the same situation is expected, but cloudy conditions are expected next week. Nyanga, again, cloudier conditions are expected next week, but this week will be mostly sunny. Marondera, mostly sunny conditions are expected this week, and temperatures can go up to 7 degrees Celsius in the morning. Harare, again, the same situation. Kwekwe, same situation again. Kadoma, again, mostly sunny conditions are expected. In Chinhoyi, mostly sunny conditions are expected throughout the forecast week, and temperatures can go up to 31 degrees Celsius next week. Lupane, again, temperatures can go up to 33 degrees Celsius next week. Bindura, again, temperatures are expected to gradually rise as we progress through this week. Victoria Falls, mostly sunny conditions, but can become cloudier from Monday up to Wednesday next week. Kariba, the same situation. Temperatures, again, in Kariba can go up to 33 degrees Celsius. Now, this is all we had for you in the weather desk. It is now back to the main desk.
A weather report concludes the main news for this evening. Thank you for watching. I am Annalisa Dube.
And I am Zain Jamuk. Good night.
Two historic days, one proud nation, one unforgettable